What is up, everyone? It's Cody here from Yellow Jeepin'. Welcome to another episode of the Jeep TJ 1-ton build. The goal of the video today is to get our 4.0 engine back into the Jeep frame. We're doing that for a couple reasons. Basically to make sure that all of our links, the truss and everything will fit on the bottom, and then also our coilover towers on the top. We want to make sure everything is working perfectly together. So once we get everything fitted up in the next couple episodes with everything back here, we will take the engine back out. I've still got to freshen it up and everything, and then we also have to paint the remainder of the frame here. So while we're on the topic of putting the engine back into the Jeep frame here, I am utilizing 1-inch lift motor mounts. There are pluses and minuses to these, and we're gonna discuss maybe why these are useful or maybe why these aren't useful later on in the video. But for right now, we're gonna get these put onto the Jeep engine. These are the 1-inch lift motor mounts. I will leave a link in the description. These have a lifetime warranty, which is really cool. All right, so as you guys can see me here struggling, the metal sleeve inside the rubber here is rusted to the bolt. And instead of trying to get it out, I'm just gonna take a cutoff wheel, cut it on both sides, and it will come out. Well, another thing we can add to the list here is motor mount bolts. They are metric, not standard, so these are just some mismatched bolts I'm gonna put on there for now. That way we can get everything mocked up, and I'll get bolts and I'll get back to you guys with the size of the bolts. All right, guys, engine is back in the Jeep frame with our 1-inch lift mounts. Unfortunately, it won't be in here for long before we pull it back out again, but it will be going back in soon. So I know that you guys love seeing the mistakes probably just as much as you like seeing all the other cool stuff on the channel. Putting the engine in made me realize I made a mistake. Now, this mistake doesn't really affect me because we're going to a triangulated 4-link, but it will, and it's great that we put the engine back in because this exhaust is freaking wonked out on this 3rd link here. This is where our 4th link probably will go. So it's very good to know that our exhaust is gonna pretty much directly impact the upper links here. So we're gonna have to use some math and science to figure that one out, but thought you guys would appreciate seeing that this thing is completely stuck up on this, so for what it's worth. So what are engine motor mount lift mounts? They've got several uses. So one of them is if you put a 1 inch or a 1 1/4 inch body lift on, which I do have on this Jeep to be able to fit the Atlas transfer case. It basically makes the engine to where it fits with the fan shroud and everything for the radiator. Also, it helps with driveline angles on lifted Jeeps if you lift the motor an inch. Outside of that, I did it for more clearance underneath. That way our axle it's got an inch further to go before it interferes with the engine itself here. So lifted that up, that'll straighten all our angles out between the engine, transmission, transfer case. We've got that 1 1/4 inch body lift built into our swag off-road boat side mounts. And this is basically just helping us get everything up a little bit higher, changing that center of gravity and everything. But for you guys looking to get an engine motor mount lift, if you have a body lift, it's great. You don't have to cut your fan shroud, and driveline angles it helps with. Doesn't really have any negatives I can think of off the top of my head. If you have a negative, drop it down in the comments. But yeah, the engine is in. That is a big deal for us to be able to do our links, coil towers in the front and everything. That's gonna be a big time saver for us. So axle is sitting about where it's going to be in the Jeep at 110 inches is what we're at now. So original plan was 108. We're going for 110 now that we're doing full hydro. So that's sitting about where it needs to be. It's right at like that 109-ish right now. Obviously when we go to do it, it'll be perfect. But yeah, we're ready for the next couple episodes on the Jeep TJ 1-ton build, building the Super Duty Dana 60, building the front links and stretch, building the coil towers in the front, all that good stuff. And then we're good to yank this engine back out of here again, get this prepped, get this painted, and we'll be ready to start final assembling a lot of this stuff on the Jeep. That is all for this episode of the Jeep TJ 1-ton build. If you guys got something from this, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. It's about to really heat up here, and we're about to have a really cool Jeep. Catch you guys on the next one.